Ready. 5-8, 5-8. Watch twist. No field. Check 37.
On first down, Breeze eluding the pressure right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. I'm not sure exactly what they had planned for play number 1 from scrimmage, but I can guarantee it wasn't that interception.
No doubt about that one, because in their daydream, this was going to be a dream play to get things started. Instead, it turned into a nightmare for them.
Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Watch left. Yo. 12.
Here's Locke. That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Locke. Now a hit, and Locke lost the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it.
And a loose football.
You don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want that. Ready. Yellow lady. Double dog. 5'9". 80 weapon.
Now Lewis. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball and where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play he did. So you've got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th. Going for it with McKinnon. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
Monday.
Play action. It's Locke. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On first down, Powell. He winds up getting only a couple there. Down to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do.
And he's going to go down again. Khalil Mack, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because...
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point good by Gostkowski, and that makes the score 7-0. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
Early in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
Guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Luck. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Dean Lowry. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Check out. 540. Watch it. 12. Watch 23. 5.
3rd and long. It's Locke. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. 30. 20. 10. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, 84 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. But they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
21. He's checking. Check.
On play action. Now Breeze. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Breeze. Completes it to Samuel. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And
he fires one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now Breeze. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 27 yards there, a first down. On first down now, run with McKinnon. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Complete. This is Lewis. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Check.
Breeze looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. They keep it with Fournette on first down. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Don't be scared of it. 31's the mic.
The shotgun snap for Lott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Troy Apke, and he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride. And they go.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Eric Armstead in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. It's complete to Grant. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Toss play to McKinnon. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. That is caught by Williams for a Kansas City touchdown. Max Williams, as the first half is winding down, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Out of the gun, Luck. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
36.
The final shot before half for Breeze. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 41-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll run it again with Fournette. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. Block on third down. He's got his man, Boyd. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 47. And they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. From the 44, Luck. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
From the gun, here's Luck. And that is incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Chiefs will take over at their own 20. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 15 yards on the play, first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing now is Breeze. He finds McKinnon, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. Breeze now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Breeze. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Dante Fowler. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Luck buying time to his left. Got his man. It's Eifert. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll go down at the 28. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing his Luck. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. We got 4. We got 4. 31's the mark. Watch the slant.
Back to throw. Luck. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. From the red zone now, Locke. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. To throw is Locke. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Luck now to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They go draw here. Powell. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now it's Locke. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. He's got Lewis. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
132 fighter. Watch out, watch out, watch out. 53.
To throw is Breeze. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call. And it's 3rd down.
Marcus Peters on the coverage.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Five 9. 5-8. Greystone, travel. Here we go. Hey, Haywood. Over. Bring it.
Again, it's Breeze. Man open, it's Goodwin. And his bid for the 1st down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Now Cobb to return. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Stacy McGee. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
3rd and 7.
fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Open is Powell. That's complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 36 yards. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Ryan Shazier showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4. Now Luck. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 14. Here's Luck. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Extra point now by Boswell. And with that, the lead is up to 8. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Oh, that's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talked about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out at me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Easy, opposite.
Play action. Breeze. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Here's Breeze. He'll be brought down by the Broncos Broncos. It's a sack. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. And the pressure gets to him again. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position.
Check.
So locked down to a knee, and that ought to be the final act of this ball game.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward,